Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. I've been talking to a gentleman all day, and when he traces this with any pen tool, it comes out like that, thinner and thicker lines. If we look, it's drawn in hairline, but then when he goes to a thicker line, it's thinner thick. I redrew it, but I started out. So he sent me this file, and luckily, and this is probably only going to help one person. I've only seen this twice. When he sent the file, it sent his settings. In his setting right here in calligraphy is 11. If I go to mine is set on 100 stretch. I've never played with this, so that's default. And so when I drew it, let me go back to his file. When I drew a line, I'm just gonna, hopefully I can do just a freehand line and then make it thicker. That has its purpose. Kind of looks like a ribbon. But if we take it and without anything selected, hit F12 on your keyboard, change this to 100%. Now let's draw this same line. Well, we could probably use that same line. Well, that's a terrible line. I was trying not to interfere with the other one. And let's take away a few nodes just to make it look a little smoother. And then we take this line and make it, I think I made it 8 points. So now it's all the same size. It's all the same thickness. So that was just their setting. And it kind of looks like calligraphy. And just for the one I'm doing this for, I tilted your picture. To me, it's a big help. If you bring in an index line and put it right there and go right through the middle. Before, it was like this, straight up and down. Well, I want the jewelry or whatever it is. This is called mother and son something, and it's pretty cool. Now, I don't know if he's just going to engrave that, but you could actually put this underneath there and on top of the other one. And this looks like a piece of jewelry that maybe had been welded or soldered. But now, if you hit F12 with nothing selected, that ought to be 100. And then go up to Tools, Save as Default, have everything checked. You ought to be good. And then this is just real quick, because I don't think anybody's ever going to have that problem again. So maybe I would draw this with the 3-point curve line and just draw half of it. I'm not going to take a lot of time in the video, but I'm going to go right there and right there. Give a little bit of curve, get on that node, go all the way to the bottom one, give a little bit of curve. You're going to want to stay, kind of straight here in a second, but we can always fix that. And I'm not going to go all the way with this. And then I'm going to go up here. Now, that's all you had to do is do half of it. Now, I wasn't going very smart, and I missed that, putting that node on that. So what I would do, I would take this all selected object, combine it, that makes it all one piece, and then get your smoothing tool. And you could always go back and make sure, and just kind of smooth this out a little bit. And you could always bring your picture back in for confirmation of how it looks. But we've only drawn half of it, and we drew it to those indexing lines. Control D to make a duplicate and mirror it, and just take that one and just have it snap right to there. Now, we really need to work on probably that point a little bit, but what you're going to have to do is take both these, go up to Object, and combine them before you can do anything. And then you can see I really messed up there, but I wasn't taking my time. I'm going to take okay, here's what we need to do too. We need to open up the Docker. Even though we combined it, go to Dockers, join curves. Doesn't really matter what you have it set on. And we're going to set these nodes so they're all one piece. And then you could take your shape tool and actually bring this up, make it look more like the root. Let's see what happens if we delete that. Yes. And then you could bring your picture back in. And then let's look at this as a, see, I use points, he's using inches. That's too thick. That's still probably too thick. And there's another, if you can't, if you want 6 and it's not listed, you could always make it 6. And then if you brought that back in, that's covering up pretty good. Maybe a little bit sharper point on the center. Anyway, I hope that answered his question. I'm glad I figured it out because he just happened to have the latest version of Corel, which I've had shut down. I had to open it. And then I thought, there's his picture. I'm going to look what mine says. And if I hit F12 on the keyboard, that I looked at everything, 45, that's the same, that's the thing, variable outline's not checked. But then I go, uh-oh, his is at 11. So everything else was the same. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.